Today is October 8th, and today's quote is entitled Apology. If you break a promise, commitment, or a vow, the best apology is proper actions in the future. So what does this mean? Well, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, for example, said, if you commit nam aparad, what you should do is you should chant in remorse for having committed the nam aparad. In other words, don't continue to commit nam aparad. Sometimes we say, well, the solution or the cure for nam aparad is to continue chanting, but the real meaning is to continue chanting without aparad. If we continue chanting with aparad, it doesn't resolve the problem. So in the same way, if we make a mistake, then the rectification is to act properly in the future. That's the best apology. Now, I don't know if you realize this, but sometimes when you say, I'm sorry, it can be seen as an excuse for not taking responsibility for what you did, or as an excuse to say that I'm powerless, which means I'll probably commit the mistake again. But when you act properly, that is the best apology, because it shows that you're rectifying yourself. And that's what Krishna wants you to do. Now in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 30, I believe, Api chet sudaracharo bhajite mam ananya bhak. Krishna says, sometimes a person who is trying to be a devotee does something very bad, but he is determined to rectify himself. And if he's determined to rectify himself, then Krishna says, I accept him as a sadhu, and you should also accept him as a sadhu. So taking that verse into consideration, what Krishna is saying is, you may make mistakes, but the rectification is that you get yourself off the ground, you brush yourself off, and you're determined to resolve this problem. So even Krishna is saying the same thing. The best apology is right actions in the future. Not just saying, I'm sorry, not just saying, I'll never do it again, but acting in a way that shows, I will never do it again, acting in a way that shows, I am sorry, acting in a way that shows, I am remorseful, and I am correcting myself. Now, Srila Prabhupada, sometimes, when devotees would make mistakes, he would chastise them. But after the chastisement, he would always ask the question, what are you going to do? So the the devotee would come up with a solution and say, Prabhupada, I will do this. If it was a proper solution, Prabhupada would say, okay, do it. And it was finished. Because that was the proper apology, not just, I'm sorry. It was always, what are you going to do about it? You just created a problem. You didn't follow through on something. You made a mistake. So saying I'm sorry is nice, but what are you going to do? So that's an important principle. And understand, again, that often when you say I'm sorry, people will take that as an excuse. It won't make them feel good. Sometimes it will, if you actually mean it. But better than saying I'm sorry, act in a way that they will understand you actually are sorry. The best apology is right actions in the future.